guys, welcome to break.
There is a Classical Honor Society meeting tomorrow, and if you got an assignment last meeting, please try to do that soon. Thank you.
Students first.
Field hockey seniors, make sure you're meeting in the upper art room today at lunch. We have to work on paper plates. And then there's going to be a Key Club meeting tomorrow. It's kind of out of the schedule. We're going to be presenting certificates to people who are due paying members. That reminds me, if you guys haven't paid your dues, you need to get them into me.
We have cool certificates, and we're also going to be talking about our next project.
Woo.
If you're going to Lyceum for MUN, please send your position paper by tomorrow afternoon. And I also sent you an email, so check your emails. It has all the information. Thank you. Send it to me.
Ukulele club meeting in the music room today during lunch.
Yeah.
So today is water polo's last practice of the season. Anyone is invited to come.
Especially people that want to play next year, please come out.
The bands are going to be meeting at 5:15 in the upper parking lot.
Okay, so this Friday, you may have heard rumors, there is the Halloween dance. And it's going to be better than any other dance because the seniors are putting it on. So, and the DJs are Emily and Morgan. And yeah, so and they have a pretty good taste of music. It'll be 8 to 11, and I hope you guys can all come because it's gonna be super awesome. You can wear your costume, but like if you're gonna wear butterfly wings, people are probably gonna like tear them off you on accident. I don't know. Not like if I'm like crazy or anything, but you know, dancing.
Jesse, how much does it cost?
I don't actually. $5.
$5.
But you can give us 10 if you want.
So another announcement about the ushers we need for the play. There's sign-ups in the front office bulletin board. Yeah, hope you all sign up.
Okay.
Marin, where are you? Come up here.
What?
How many of you guys have met Marin, our German exchange students?
Okay, so this is Marin. This is her last day with us. She's going back to Germany, or tomorrow, yeah. Last break day. And so, yeah, guys.
We got
It was really nice here. I really enjoyed my time, and it was probably one of the best times in my life. This Friday, there will be a pumpkin carving competition during lunch in the Commons. If for some reason it's raining, I'm pretty sure it's going to be in the Student Center.
And so make sure that there's a representative from each grade and the teachers so that it's an awesome competition.
And the musical is coming up. 1776 is opening on November 3rd.
If you like American history, drama, people doing accents, all sorts of things, you should come out and see the show.
So to make reservations, which please do because there's limited space, go to the York website. And admission is free, so you have no excuse. Come. So thespians is either we have a meeting at lunch in Ms. Reese's room at 11:45, eat before, and be punctual. Thank you.
We're not going to be singing this time. Yeah, I know, disappointment. I was trying to, and then Xander said, oh, it's just going to be stupid. They don't want another song. So if you want to blame someone, blame him. Anyways, so tomorrow we have a meet at Wilder
Up in Santa Cruz, it may be canceled due to the rain. If it rains tomorrow, then we're just going to be doing a really hellish workout.
Runners get out of class at 1:30. Vans leave at 1:45. And
Make sure to check in with their teachers.
Runners, check your emails because Dr. Hanna sent out an email with all the information. If you did not get an email, that means you're not on the list of people who are going.
go Doors.
So volleyball had our last game yesterday, and JV and varsity both won. Also, I think we got second place in our league, so that's pretty awesome. And we're also going to CCS, which might be the first time ever for volleyball. So.
Prom committee meeting tomorrow. It will not be in Mr. Johnson's room as he will not be here. So check your email for the place to be determined.
So basketball is going to have their first official basketball practice this Monday at 3:30. If you're in a fall sport, finish that first before you head off to basketball. But if you would like to meet the coach, then come out and say a quick word to him. Yeah. 3:30 Monday. Or yeah.
Since a young age, I've always loved expressing myself through art and creating something from my imagination. In my earlier drawings, I conveyed my emotions kinetically. My pictures were just lines, crisscrossing and snaking their way across the page. My pens dug into paper to form hurricanes of color. I used bright reds and oranges to communicate frustration. When I was in a gloomier mood, I used darker colors. Eventually, my abstract doodles became more concrete, with subject matter such as people. I even made short, nonsensical comics with my friends. Over time, however, everyone else seemed to move on and replace drawing with other interests. And for a time, I did as well. In 5th grade, I became acquainted with anime, which reintroduced me to my love for art. The summer before 6th grade was when I regurgitated some of the worst scribbles I have ever put to paper. But as my illustrations improved, I began to notice my style was taking on a very anime aesthetic. This wasn't much of a surprise to me, since in my mind, my passion for drawing and my interest in anime were practically codependent. Sadly, by 8th grade, I wasn't watching a lot of anime. Between school and other interests, there just wasn't enough time to fit in any new shows. Sure, I still enjoyed binge watching a series or two with a friend, but on my own, I couldn't find anything that held my attention. In the few sketches I managed to make in my spare time, I could definitely tell I was taking inspiration from new places. When I first noticed these changes, I really didn't care. But as time went on, I began to panic. My friends and family both knew me for drawing in this way, and I didn't want to leave it behind because it had always been a part of my artistic life. So, for months, I tried everything in my power to revert my style back to the way it was. I read tutorials on how to draw anime eyes and faces. It seemed like I was doing everything but actually watching anime. Eventually, I began to wonder, why did I need to draw in this style anyway? My art has always been reflective of myself. I shouldn't try and force myself to act a certain way, just like I shouldn't try and force myself to draw a certain way. As my interests change, so does my art. I believe, as an artist, I need to be able to accept change and move on in order to improve. Thank you.
achievements and honors received by our students. And yet another one. Mr. Walker would normally make this announcement, but the auditions for the Regional Honor Choir have taken place, and all 6 York students who auditioned were accepted into the Regional Honor Choirs. So 100%, that alone is pretty impressive, but you've all heard these people sing. You've all enjoyed the fruits of their hard work. So my pleasure to congratulate, let's see if I can do this without this, because it just disappeared from the screen. It's now by phone. So, Alex and Sophia Davies, Campbell Walker, Ginny Rakusin, Maris Welch, and Catherine Yeager.
Down, and we have a couple of teams wrapping up. As the Sharp Gals mentioned, we had a fantastic volleyball season. Team went 10-2 in league, only lost 2 contests to Oakwood, who were the league champions. They're applying for CCS. We're hoping they get seeded and they get in. It's not 100%. That will happen this next weekend. In addition, water polo had their great season, finished 500, first time ever playing at the varsity level. Yesterday, field hockey had a heroic battle against Notre Dame. Notre Dame's in the hunt for the league championship for field hockey. In field hockey, we're playing in a league that has schools that are as large as 2,800, all the way down to York, which has 200 kids. So when we look at records a lot of times with some of the sports that we're playing in, we're walking in lots of different worlds depending on where we are. Cross country is in a Division 5 based demography, so we're a very strong, powerful program because we're actually running against people that are relative to our size, 500 and below. But field hockey's playing in this league where we are severely outgunned just by the sheer magnitude of the numbers we're going against with some of these other schools. So we want to give them a big shout out. They have their last game on Thursday, so kudos to the field hockey team and to volleyball for their second place finish, to water polo, what they've accomplished. Tennis has a big match today over at Carmel. We want to give them a shout out as well. And thanks for being so supportive of the sports program.
Okay, thanks to the business office for getting together all the monetary information. If you want to see how much your booth made, they'll be up on the bulletin boards around campus. The way you collect your money is you make purchases, you present the receipts to the business office, and they reimburse you. So make sure you use your money, because that sometimes happens, and enrich your clubs and sport teams. Now that Fall Fair is over, my room goes back to being my room. Therefore, you cannot walk in there and just paint anytime you want. I wish there was a place on campus where you could do that, but you have to ask me if you want to do banners and that type of thing. As for the mess that was left in there yesterday, my sources tell me that the girls' tennis and field hockey are responsible, so you guys need to write an apology to me and my work jobbers who had to clean this up, because that is rude and unacceptable. And all of you in this room should be at the point where you don't expect people to clean up after you. So I would appreciate that. Now, on to something more fun. I said there would be an award coming this week for the Fall Fair Film Festival. And here to present that award is Ryan and Kevin.
Okay, so the nominees for the Best of Show Award are Macbeth Scene 4-2, directed by Megan Tang, and Wong Fu, Unleash the Dragon, directed by Ian Lee and Justin Wong. So, without further ado, the winner of the Best of Show Award for the 2016 York Short Film Festival, and the prize of $60.
Drum roll, please. Unleash the Dragon by Ian Lee and Justin Wong.
morning, everybody. Very exciting this past summer, 25 York students studied abroad in a dozen international cities around the world, and we're very pleased to have with us today a representative from CIEE. Kelly Britt is here. Please join me in welcoming Kelly Britt. Kelly is going to be in foreign language classes all day today. She will be in room 8 at lunch and room 6 during tutorial, and she will be here this evening at 7 for our York Parents meeting. She's going to be providing information about how to apply for a CIEE study abroad trip, how to apply for scholarships, and how to receive money that's set aside solely for York students so that you can travel abroad. If you have questions, please check in with Kelly throughout the day. Thanks.
Go to class.